What's up? It is February 2nd, day 2 out of 65. What is the goal for today? Or I mean, the day is pretty much over. It's 6:45. I'm home. I just cooked. My baby was like all done. She had one little piece of pasta. She didn't like the pasta I made. It is what it is. It is what it is. We are doing Weight Watchers. And at first I didn't understand the app, but now I'm getting it. And the point system is making sense. So far, so good today. We're trying to get our steps in. And I did not weigh myself for like day one, but I did do a weigh-in, I think on Saturday. So I'm gonna use that as like my baseline. And then I will weigh again at the end of the week and I'll post it and whatever. Like I said, these videos are gonna be short. Some will be longer, some will be shorter. It is what it is. One thing I will mention though about the tissue expanders is that there are certain days where I feel like I can feel the tissue expanders. Like, have they dislodged? Like, why am I so aware of them? And today was one of those days. Any movement, I walked and I could just feel it, especially this one. And I think it's because this was the radiated side. But I mean, I'm excited to get them removed. When I have surgery, I would have had the expanders in for 15 months. And I did not think that I would have tissue expanders in my chest for 16 months. I thought maybe 3 months. But, you know, having to do chemo and radiation, it kind of pushed everything back. But that's what we're doing. Something else that I do want to focus on is more self-care. This is how I go to work. Like, my hair is just not even done. It's just whatever. Number one, it's so cold. I don't want to do my hair in the morning. And number two, your girl is tired. Your girl is fatigued. Your girl is depressed. So, you know, we're trying to push through. And with that last piece, with the depressed part, you know, I've tried so hard to not fall into the depression hole. And I did really, really good at getting out of it after postpartum with my son. And then I got pregnant again with O. And I felt so happy because I felt like I had a better grasp on postpartum. And I was good. But then after I gave birth, it was January, February, March, April. Then like 4 months later, I got the liver disease diagnosis. And I'm just like, okay, we're not gonna let this knock us down. We're just gonna keep pushing forward. And I started walking a lot and I was doing well. And then we had, after April and May, June, July, August, September, October, 6 months after that, we got the cancer diagnosis. And the cancer diagnosis didn't throw me into depression, but I would say surviving cancer, or apparently surviving cancer, has. And I keep saying apparently because, you know, I'm so new into survivorship and the stress of, oh my God, is it gonna come back? Did we get it all? You know, I'm still fresh in that world. And then another reason why I feel like I think I beat cancer, I'm not fully sure, but I do the cancer antigen test, which is a CA, I want to say 27-29 or 29-27, whatever. That's the cancer antigen test that I take. And the first time I took it, the numbers were normal. They were great. If they're like under 38, you're good. And mine were like 35, 34, whatever. It was normal. But then my last appointment, which was in January 20th, again, we repeated the antigen test, and that's done maybe like every 3 months. So I did the antigen test in November, and then I did it again in January. And the test in January did show elevated numbers. So it could be a false positive. It could be my liver disease that's coming through on that test. I don't know. It could be a slew of things. It could be that I still have cancer. I don't know. So we are embarking on this survivorship as best as we can. This journey is not easy, not for the weak, not for the faint. So to help me deal with the mood swings, to help me deal with the depression and the, like, man, when is the sun gonna shine for me? I have decided to go back on antidepressants, and today was day one. I went back on bupropion, 150 milligrams, I believe, mg, I don't know, whatever. Went back on it today, and I mean, you don't feel the effects until about 3-4 weeks. Like, it takes time for your body to adjust to it, but we're back on antidepressants, and I'm hoping that they work, and I'm hoping that coupled with me eating better and regularly walking and trying to do more exercise, that it'll all be this amazing synergy of health. So that's what we're doing. And of course, staying involved with my church, reading the Bible, reading my devotional that my church sends out, which also leads me to another announcement that I published my devotional back in November, and I didn't really want to share it with anybody. It's been published, and then it was taken down. I took it down because I didn't like the format, and then I tried reformatting again. And I will say that this devotional for the book During, if you haven't gotten my book, you should go get my book. This was like the afterbirth. This was the placenta, okay? And the placenta didn't want to come out, but this placenta had to come out. And so I was like, I don't want to do this devotional. I was having so many issues with the formatting and just getting it right. And I'm like, no, like, I committed to doing this, and this is the last piece of the puzzle. So it's been published. And maybe I'll like show you a picture of it. It's a lot bigger than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be something small that can like fit in your pocket, but I just couldn't do that. It just came out a lot bigger than I had expected. But I'm going to start doing it because the devotional is written from my perspective of going through cancer. And so a part of me, I feel like has to face it again to deal with it. So that's where we're at. We'll see what day 3 has in store. If you haven't, hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload. I'm going to try my best to do daily vlogs from now until my surgery, which is April 6th. And then, of course, after I have my surgery, I'll keep vlogging to show you my recovery and my results from the surgery. So I'll see you next time.